My name is...
The Cleveland Show is a 2009 adult animated sitcom created for Fox by three guys: Seth MacFarlane, Richard Apple, and Mike Henry. And of course, it's a spin-off of hit show Family Guy. The show is rather infamous for being a giant failure, cause let's be honest, it's just Family Guy. But they're black. So of course, the show was pretty hated, did not get good ratings or anything, it only lasted 4 seasons and 88 episodes. Which I'm gonna rank today. Cause I'm a masochist, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I just thought that every other Seth MacFarlane show had a ranking video on it on YouTube somewhere, but Cleveland Show never had, so you know, I'm gonna do it myself. So, without stretching this shit any longer, here it is. The ranking of every episode of the goddamn Cleveland Show. Starting with...
Peter, I don't want to do this.
Do it, Brian. It's the only way I'm gonna catch that bird. Meep, meep. Here he comes. Light it!
So the episode begins with Cleveland being all sad that he lost his house in a divorce with his ex-wife Loretta. In the divorce, he also gained custody of their son Cleveland Jr., who is fat now for some reason. After Peter destroys his house, Cleveland decides to pursue his dream of being a minor league scout for a professional baseball organization and head to California, leaving Quahog in the process. I really like the fact that this is something they continue from season 4 of Family Guy instead of making some lame excuse on the spot for Cleveland to leave Quahog. It makes it feel that Cleveland had some kind of arc on Family Guy even though he never had one. Anyways, while passing through his old town of Steuben, Virginia, he sees his local high school that he used to attend to and decides to go there and see what's it there for some reason, I don't know. It's there where he bumps into his old high school love, Donna Tabbs, that he instantly recognizes after all these years of not seeing each other. Cleveland decides to visit Donna, and after hearing her children could use a father figure in their lives, he takes that as an opportunity to get laid. So the entire episode is Cleveland trying to get with Donna, and he finally succeeds. And why did they invite Herbert for their wedding? Why they invite the local pedophile? It's a fine start for the show. It introduces the world pretty well, even if how they do it can be pretty awkward at times, with characters just saying stuff like, "I'm Donna's neighbor, and this is my personality." I also thought that the show would not have cutaway gags and will be kinda different from Family Guy, but no, I guess there are cutaway gags in this show as well, and is this the house from American Dad? Just a fine episode in general, fine humor and everything, do not have strong feelings towards this one.
Well, if we ain't the Black Brady Bunch.
Except I'm not a gay architect and my wife's not sleeping with my son. Not yet.
What? Shit goes hard. In this episode, Cleveland tries to get closer with his now stepdaughter Roberta by going with her to yearly father-daughter dance in her school that her biological father, Robert, did not attend to last year. Wait a minute, did this guy name his daughter after himself? I just got that way writing this. So basically a fraction of the entire episode is just Cleveland trying to make Roberta agree to go on a dance with him, and when he finally succeeds at doing so, he kills their dog by accident. Yeah. So then he has to hide the fact that he killed the dog, but then he decides to not do that and just tells them that he killed the dog in great detail, because that's funny. Because of that, Roberta decides she won't go dancing with Cleveland, but instead with Robert, who of course doesn't show up. Cleveland, thinking this would happen, arrives at her school, apologizes for everything, and they dance and stuff. And there's a side plot of Cleveland Jr. becoming a bathroom door at his school? What? I actually really like this one. It's nice to see a dad in this kind of shows do something completely selfless and just try to be a good dad. It's wholesome. Family Guy could never do something like this. To be honest, I kinda prefer Cleveland family than the Griffins. They're way more interesting and feel like an actual family. The Cleveland Jr. side plot is also pretty funny. Good episode, going above the last one.
Well, let's go home. I'll get out of these pants and you can play with Cleveland Jr.
I shouldn't talk to boys.
The episode is about Cleveland realizing Junior has no friends and trying to befriend him with Lester's son, Ernie. Lester is the local redneck, I should have mentioned that before. But then it's about Ernie living with Cleveland, but then it's about Ernie being taken by child services, and Lester and Cleveland having to save Ernie, and Junior doesn't do anything anymore in this episode. It just keeps changing the subjects every 2 minutes or so. Pacing in this episode, as you can see, is a total train wreck, but it's probably the funniest episode so far. I love the ending, going beneath the last one. Hold does blackface at one point.
You gotta get in here, man. I think I just made out with Nicky Hilton. Oh my God. I don't, you know, I don't know what was in that aspirin that those Arab guys gave me, but that's the best freaking aspirin I've ever had. Whoa!
Bedroom, dinette, we got it. You need it, you'll find it. It's just like a mini mall.
So after 3 long episodes of Cleveland being an unemployed BAM! He finally finds a job as a cable installer at Waterman's Cable. He's good at his job, making Tim, even a bear, jealous cause he also works there. Yes, I'm gonna call him even a bear every time I'm talking about him. And there's a side plot of Rollo and Roberta trying to make Junior cry and process the divorce of Cleveland and Loretta by hosting a roast of him. Why does every Seth MacFarlane show have a roast episode? I think what Rollo and Roberta are trying to do is pretty sweet, but I sadly do not care about this episode. It's just boring, there's nothing happening. Tim Even Bear is jealous and that's it. He doesn't do anything because of the jealousy, going at the bottom. While watching a baseball game, Cleveland sees Roberta making out with dollar store Jeff Fisher. I forgot his name, what was it? Featherline Jones? What the fucking idiot name. After that, Cleveland is trying to make Roberta pledge her virginity to him, but accidentally encouraged Junior to do it instead, making Cleveland a laughingstock, I guess. I do not have much to say about this one. Cleveland is kinda acting like an asshole and that's it. It has some funny moments, but it's a pretty meh episode all around. I don't really understand it. The part where Cleveland raps is easily the best part of the episode, even if it has nothing to do with anything in it. Going above the last one.
Say, when did you lose your virginity, Dad?
When I was 9.
Ah! Waterfall! I love you!
You really saved our skin, Mr. Flippers.
Cleveland is trying to make Donna spend time with his friend's wife so he can spend time with both his friends and Donna at once. Donna is not enjoying the company though and decides that she will sneak at night to spend time with people she actually likes, the people being single women, so Donna has to hide the fact that she has a husband in order to spend time with them. The main plot is not really that interesting, but the thing that Cleveland does at the end is pretty nice. I much prefer the side plot about Junior running for school president with Rala helping him. It's so funny how serious they both take that concept even though it doesn't really matter at all. I like this episode, it's decent, going under that doggone daddy-daughter dinner dance. Also, Roberta has like 1 line of dialogue in this episode, and as we soon see, they really don't like using her.
I can't imagine him running.
The fuck was the joke? Yeah! I did not expect it to be so soon, but it's the worst episode of the show. The episode 7. The worst episode of the show. They really weren't wasting any time, huh? So, let's begin by saying that this is Thanksgiving special, and I usually don't care for them, because I'm not American. You probably guessed that after my voice. I'm Polish. But do not think that this episode sucks because I'm not American. There's more. So, the episode introduces Cleveland's father LeVar, who is just an awful father. That's his whole personality. He hates Cleveland and beats him. That's all there is to him. He cheats on Cleveland's mom, Cookie, many times in this episode with Auntie Mama, who is the most annoying character I ever seen in any show ever. I'm being 100% serious, like I fucking despise her. She just farts and screams that she is outrageous, and if that wasn't enough, she's also a transphobic stereotype. The entire episode is transphobic, I won't even start on talking about this. Characters grow up thinking about having sex with trans person and use transphobic slurs, so you know, it didn't age too well. The entire episode is just gross out humor. If it's not gross out humor, then it's the most annoying and funny joke you have ever heard in your entire life. Oh my fucking god. The characters are awful in this episode, but it's also fucking boring. There's no substance, they don't do anything, they just sit around and are mean to each other and that's it. It's fucking awful. I guess there's a side plot of Roberta and Federline Jones going somewhere, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's also nothing. It's fucking shit. Dude, I totally get why the Cleveland show was so hated in the first season, cause if this is one of the first episodes they ever made, I completely get why people hate this show. It's the worst. It's shit. It's fucking shit. Going at the bottom, no shit.
Let's go. You call me the N-word.
Well, I'm allowed to, right?
Not really, you're voiced by a white guy. Rallo is jealous of all the attention that Cleveland is getting from Donna and does everything he can to remind everyone who is the man of the house. The man of the house is Cleveland, but Rallo thinks it's him. And meanwhile, there's a side plot of Junior and Roberta going on a school trip to Washington. I like this subplot. The shenanigans that Team Even a Bear has with his wife are quite humorous, and it's nice to see Roberta stand up for Junior. But the main plot sucks. Rallo is so unlikable in it, it's annoying. Still though, the subplot raises the score of the episode, going over Ladies' Night.
Remember, no iPods, no carbonated beverages, and one last rule: have fun!
It's their first Christmas special, and oh boy is it sure boring! After finding out that Donna has been lying to Rallo that Robert is an FBI agent and that's why he doesn't show up during Christmas, Cleveland gets drunk and tells everything to Rallo, causing Rallo to hate Christmas and Santa because he didn't know it was Cleveland dressed as him. And Cleveland is now trying to make everything he can to restore Christmas spirit to Rallo. And I guess there's a side plot of Roberta being an animal activist, but it doesn't go anywhere. This episode is kinda mid. There is nothing actually, but it's just sort of forgettable, going under the pilot.
Seems like just yesterday you were standing up in your crib, shaking on the sides like you couldn't wait to bust out of there and explore the world. Now look at you, all fat, can't play baseball worth a pile of dog crap.
Do you drug test the players?
No.
Awesome.
So after 5 long minutes of nothing, Cleveland becomes a high school baseball coach and wants Junior to join it and follow his footsteps, before realizing that Junior fucking sucks at baseball and Cleveland is once again a laughingstock of the town because of Junior. Again, we already did this, but alright. This episode has a couple of funny moments, but overall it's just fine, just kinda forgettable, but fine overall, going under the last one. The first half of this season is not really good. Oh my god, I thought it was better. I really hope it picks up soon.
I didn't enjoy watching Wally humiliate himself that night. Actually, I did. I enjoyed it immensely.
Meg Ryan, 1989. And now... Oh my god!
Roberta's new teacher, Miss X, challenges Roberta to prove she can get by without her looks and has her alter her appearance by wearing a fat suit. Meanwhile, Cleveland and his drinking buddies are trying to invent something, finally inventing a movable roster for beer, and they have problem with how to finally name it. Dude, I fucking love this episode, it's great. I love how Junior is nice to Roberta even though he doesn't know it's her. I love the relationship that they have in this episode, it's super wholesome, and the song that Cleveland Jr. sings is really nice, I love it. The Cleveland side plot is also really funny. Also, I agree with Cleveland, the name Roller Coaster is superior, everyone who disagrees is fucking stupid. I really did not expect to love this one so much, but oh well, it's awesome, going at the top of the list.
Alright. It's okay, I'm drunk, doesn't hurt. Hi, Cleveland.
Go back to Quahog.
Okay.
When the worst kids in school get expelled, Cleveland decides to take the group under his wing, trying to make good people out of them. He tries to do so by telling them to sell cookies, but they misunderstand it as selling meth, and now Cleveland, and Junior too I guess, are taking part in cartel wars. This is a really fun one. I love seeing Cleveland treat the bad kids as his own children, and this episode is also the funnest so far. Like the subplot of Ralph thinking he's a superhero just to fail at saving people is really damn funny, cause kids suffering is really funny to me. The reaction of Cleveland fighting about all this shit is also laughable, and the loving memory card acting like Junior has died even though he didn't. Oh man, another great episode, going under the last one.
I found 2 large on the floor at that warehouse.
Well, I guess we could use 1,000 to repair the living room ceiling.
What if Rallo and I split the other 1,000 in exchange for never telling Donna about your impossibly poor judgment and bad parenting?
I could do that.
It's an abuse episode. Yeah. Seth shows don't have a good reputation when it comes to abuse episodes, so I'm not looking forward to this one. So the first half of the episode is about Cleveland and Donna thinking Holt killed his mom. Holt being one of the Cleveland drinking buddies. I don't know why I didn't say that before. But take a wild guess if he killed his mom. Spoiler, he didn't. But then in the second half, it completely changes focus on Holt finding a girlfriend who turns out to be an abusive bitch. And there's a side plot of Junior being pregnant with Rallo's fish. It makes sense in the episode, shut up. I just realized that I can say anything and people cannot prove that this didn't happen in the episode because no one watched the fucking Cleveland show. I find the side plot funny even if it's just stupid idiot humor. And the main plot is fine, the whole episode is just fine. It's easily the best Seth MacFarlane abuse episode, but it's not saying much. Going under the one about friends. Having the ending just be all the women beat up the abuser is kinda too tryhard to be cool, you know.
Uh-oh, here comes the afterbirth!
Cleveland wants Junior to find a job, but is actually pissed when Junior finds one at the bar that he goes to every day, broken school. This episode sucks. Cleveland is an asshole the whole way through and I can't remember shit from it. Especially about the side plot, which is about Roberta trying to trick everyone that Rallo is her adopted son from Africa, so everyone will think she's a good person. I don't like the part of the story where Junior tortures Cleveland. It's unpleasant to watch and not really funny. I don't care if characters are mean, just don't make them nice in one episode and then turn them into unpleasant to watch assholes. People can do bad things without being unlikable, but not in this episode. Going under Birth of the Salesman.
What are you gonna do about it?
The only thing I can do. I'm going back to the island. Good evening. In an effort to keep up with these, our ever-changing times, tonight's episode of The Cleveland Show is presented in 2D. If you wear glasses due to nearsightedness or astigmatism, put them on now.
After realizing that they haven't taken the honeymoon yet, Cleveland decides to take Donna to the Big Apple. But also on this trip, him and his friends are going to help Coach McFall get laid. This episode is easily my favorite so far. It's so fucking funny.
You know, you're all a bunch of...
It has many funny moments, like Tim even a bear joining a bear club, bear as in gay bear. Or the entire subplot the kids are having. Cleveland is also really sweet in this episode, trying to make everyone happy before realizing that it's his honeymoon and he should completely focus on his wife. Also, I wanna say that both American Dad and Cleveland Show were making fun of Trump before he got elected, which is a rarity to be honest. Anyways, amazing episode, especially compared to the last one, going at the top of the list. This season is sure a mixed bag, huh?
Nobody's watching TV. Nobody. Nobody.
I genuinely can't remember what the fuck this episode is about, it's so convoluted.
Damn!
So Cleveland wants Donna to listen to him more, and after Donna tries to beat up a guy who was robbing them, even though Cleveland told her to just give up, causing Cleveland to get shot, Donna decides she will do what he wants more. Except, no, this ain't what the episode is about, cause then it's about people thinking Cleveland got hurt cause he was fighting a robber and everyone thinks he's a hero. But then they find out that this didn't happen and now Cleveland wants to fight the robber and become a hero actually. And Rala also learns about periods. Hilarious! This is really a nothing burger of an episode, I don't have anything to say about it, going in the middle of the list.
Nate! Hooray!
I mean, who would you rather be, Weird Al Yankovic or Dido?
Dido!
You and I are very different people, Donna.
I hate you. So Cleveland and Donna take part in a karaoke competition that they accidentally win by Cleveland farting. But in the second half, it's about Loretta dying. Yeah.
Why is she wearing a French maid's costume?
Because I want to nail a dead French maid. Giggity, giggity!
I've missed you, Glenn.
I have no idea how these two plots correlate, but I don't care, they do it anyway. All the stuff about Cleveland processing the death of Loretta and being confused on why does he care that she is dead is great, but the rest of the episode, not so much. The majority of this episode is just Cleveland farting and it's not really that funny, unfortunately. But again, the stuff with Loretta is really darn good and it raises the score of the episode. Even if it's not connected to the karaoke shit at all, going above the one about friends.
Back to back and spinning on it back to back on the turntables back to back and spinning on it back to back on it back to back.
Oh boy, we're finally here. It's the first of many Kanye West episodes. Yeah, Kanye West is just a character here, I don't know why. He was probably bored. So when Junior found the girl and wants to get laid, he learns that she has a boyfriend, Kanye West, voiced by Kanye West. He competes with him in a rap battle to win the girl's heart. And meanwhile, Cleveland and Terry became strippers accidentally. I don't know. I like how quickly this gets resolved, with Terry just saying that he doesn't want to be a stripper anymore, and Cleveland, it's just fine with this, doesn't even argue about it, just respects his boundaries. Family Guy did a similar plot once, and it was way more mean-spirited. I like the rap battle in this episode, cause I kinda like Kanye West music, not gonna lie. I like this episode, it's pretty good, going under from bad to worse.
Take this, you honky cracker! This is for not letting us have more offensive racial slurs than honky and cracker! Ah!
Cleveland finally realizes that Lester is a fucking racist. I don't know how he didn't realize it before. But oh well, I ain't the one to judge. Wait a minute. Yes, I am, this is my video. So I judge that Cleveland is fucking stupid for not realizing Lester is a racist. That's my judgment. This episode is forgettable overall. I like the moral that African American culture should be celebrated every month, not just February, but the episode is just really uninteresting, going about the Brown Night.
I know where this is going. He's gonna gamble the money away at the riverboat.
Why are we watching this if we know what's gonna happen?
I know you're gonna knock the bong over every night, but I still invite you over.
You're right. Whoa, dude, we're on TV! Whoa! Hey!
Hi, Mom! Hi!
Yes!
Cleveland gambles away Roberta's college fund, because he's based. So Cleveland forms a group to get the money back. I usually like heist shit in shows, so of course I liked all the stuff with them trying to get the money back. Though when we get to heist stuff, there's like 5 minutes left, so we don't have much time to do heist shenanigans. Jesus Christ, I pronounced H weird. H, high. Heist. But the episode as a whole is pretty good. Had some funny moments, going under our gang.
You got your college money back.
Why? I'm not going to college. I'm going to Hollywood.
Cleveland mom and dad remarry with Junior hosting the wedding because Loretta left him lots of money in her will, so he wants to put it in the good use. This episode doesn't really have much of a story, it's just everyone preparing for the wedding, and honestly, I like that, it's pretty chill. I do not have much problems with this episode, it's pretty fun. A nice season finale, going under love roller coaster.
Well, they made it through the whole season. Now can I have my own show, Peter?
Quagmire, you're a rapist.
Oh wow, this has been really a mixed bag of a season. There were some great episodes in it, but also some that were absolute shit. You can feel the writers trying to make this show different than Family Guy by throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, making the overall quality of this season really inconsistent. And I hope that now that we finished season 1, they will learn what worked and what didn't and improve in season 2. Kanye West returns and Cleveland attempts to get his rap career off the ground. Meanwhile, Rallo tries to win Kenny's daughter's heart. This episode is fine. Believe in Yourself is an absolute bob, of course. It's apparent that Kanye West wrote it on his own. But the ending is kinda of a cop-out with Kenny just abandoning Cleveland for no reason whatsoever, and that's it. We don't see him feel bad because of that or anything, he just kicked Cleveland out of his life for no reason. But when he does that, there's like 5 minutes of the episode still left, and it's used on Cleveland playing basketball with Barack Obama for some fucking reason, I don't know. But all the stuff with Cleveland and Kenny working together are alright, and okay start for the season.
Awesome! Oops, wrong show.
That wasn't even a joke, you just used the character from different show? This is a really meta episode, because it's a regular episode, but it's presented as a live show, with it feeling like making of a regular live action sitcom. Which is super fun framing device. This episode is about Tim Siebenberg's wife cheating on him with Robert, but who cares? This episode is not about that. It's just compilation of gags about making normal sitcom. Like Rallo having 2 child actors or Roberta actor being an adult playing a 14-year-old. This episode is just full of so many funny and creative gags, I love it. The ending is also great with them having to wrap up show real quick as they were running out of time because wacky stuff happened, like the guest star Julia Roberts fucking died on live TV. I adore this episode so much, it's really creative, going above the last one. No shit.
It's more out of place than I would be as an aristocratic woman in 18th century France. Coming through, keep it clear, please.
Warning, don't go in the toilet.
Okay, guys, closing time.
So for the first 10 minutes of the episode, we follow Lester getting back at Cleveland for acting like an absolute asshole to his friends for no reason, and they finally stop being friends with him, and we now follow Cleveland for the rest of the episode, being depressed and not doing anything. I mean, I guess he goes to Hawaii with his family, but like, he doesn't do anything there either. Yeah, this episode kinda fucking sucks if you haven't noticed. I really don't have much to say. But it's boring and plotless. Going at the bottom. It's a Halloween special, and I'm gonna be real with you guys, this show is really great at Halloween specials, you'll see. Kinda how American Dad is great at doing Christmas specials. Cleveland Jr. gets bullied for having his Halloween costume be a big pancake, so Cleveland tries to make him more cool before finally accepting his hand for who he is. This episode is just really sweet. I like that Cleveland doesn't make fun of Junior saying he's too childish from now on. And Rallo's side plot is also pretty fun. Probably the weakest Halloween episode, but still, it's very good, going under Cleveland life.
Really? Alright. Hey, cool, I'm Captain Crunch.
Okay, so Cleveland makes Holt start playing in his high school baseball championships because he is really good at it by lying to everyone that Holt is a high schooler.
What else does that thing do?
Well, there's this. slay the Troll King!
I love how much Donna doesn't give a fuck about it, it's so funny. But this episode? It's okay. I do not care about baseball stuff in movies or shows because I'm not American and no one else plays this boring ass game. Chicken Little is the exception, it's big cinema. Is it bad that Chicken Little is the only famous actor Zach Braff role I know? Probably, I don't fucking know. So this episode is going under the Kanye West one, I don't really care about it. I like the gag of Tim Steven Bear's son Ball being fucking high or something. So after Junior and Lester's fat wife Kendra are made fun of for, well, being fat, they decide they will move out to a fat people utopia.
It seems like us heavysets are the only group you're allowed to make fun of anymore. Well, us and even the smartest of the Polish.
Holy fucking shit, Poland reference! This episode is really unfocused. Almost nothing is happening in it till the last 5 minutes. The majority of this is just fat jokes. And they're like, hit or miss usually. It's just fine, going above the last one. Oh yeah, this episode also had a side plot with Cleveland and Rallo, but it's pretty unremarkable. It's weird to have Cleveland both in A and B plot at the same time though.
Cleveland, we're not Jewish.
Oh, that's right, my writers are.
Another Thanksgiving special, and I hope it will be better than the last one. I mean, it's obvious it is. I called the last one the worst episode of the show. Donna's sister Janet and her children come to town to celebrate Thanksgiving, but when she falls in love with Holt, they both escape to Las Vegas to get married. And Donna decides to go there with her family and follow them and stop the wedding because she knows Janet is not ready for a relationship like that. This episode is really good actually. I like when everyone has something to do in an episode. It makes it really fun. But, that's probably only me. But you know, it's my ranking. I don't need to know your opinion. Mine matters. My only matters. My opinion matters! And this episode is also really funny. Like, I like it. Going under Cleveland life. Now we have a Christmas special, and I genuinely think that this is the most wholesome and sweet episode of any Seth MacFarlane show. I mean, the A-plot at least, and not the B-plot about Cleveland fighting with his dad. Rallo's teacher forces him to spend the weekend at the retirement home to get to know the senior citizens during the holidays, and Rallo tries to help one of the residents there, Murray, escape and restore the Christmas spirit in him. But when Murray's health begins to suffer, Rallo wants to take him back to the retirement home even though Murray doesn't want to go back there. This is like extremely and surprisingly wholesome plot, and I'm genuinely surprised that they did something like that in this show. The relationship between Rallo and Murray is really sweet and it stays that way for the entire series. The B-plot with Cleveland isn't as strong sadly, but it takes only 5 minutes of the episode, so I don't mind. Very good episode overall, going above the last one. After Donna tells Cleveland that he doesn't do shit at the weekends while she has to do everything around the house and brings up her charity work, Cleveland comes up with an idea of pledging money to charity for each beer him and his friends drink. I like that he recruits Peter, Joe and Quagmire to help him with this charity. It was nice to see them here, even if it was probably only done to get more viewers.
Yeah, you guys are so gay. Gay, 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 so gay.
Really progressive thinking friends you got there, Cleveland.
But when Donna gets injured during the event, Cleveland needs to take over the housework. But Donna turns out to be soon faking her injury. The scene where Tim Eveneber tells Donna that she should stop lying cause he can fucking maul her to death without any problems was really damn funny, but this episode overall was fine. Took him long to get into actual plot, but it was alright. Going under the Halloween one.
What's going on? I can't see. Thanks for putting me in the back.
Ah, you're hit!
No, he's hit!
I noticed that a lot of these episodes have a cold open, and I find it bizarre, cause it's not like that every episode now has a cold open, like American Dad. It's just like, half of the episodes have one and half of them don't. It's weird. After Donna suggests Cleveland and Rallo should spend more time together, Cleveland secretly started taking Rallo for sheep riding, with Junior beginning to get more jealous over their bond.
That was a championship ride, partner. Hey, and I was just looking to replace this, too.
It's fine, had a lot of funny moments, but the ending is really stretched out and meaningless, going under the last one. Holy shit, they're doing something with Roberta, that's a rarity after season 1. Okay, so like, after Cleveland says Donna is not that good at parenting Roberta, he tries to take care of Roberta by himself. It's a generic plot, the direction of the episode is kinda obvious. It's gonna turn out it's hard to parent Roberta and Cleveland will appreciate Donna's work more, typical sitcom formula. But whatever, it's more about the execution than the concept. And the execution is pretty good. The Jason at the end is entertaining, and so is character of Featherline, even though he's like worse version of Jeff Fisher from American Dad in like every way. Also like, Roberta was dating a guy who was 24 years old in this episode, and she is like 15. Why do writers do this shit like this so often with her? What's wrong with them? What? I'm satisfied with how they use this sitcom plot, going above Beer Walk. It's another episode of Tim, Even a Bear and Cleveland having a rivalry, with them both wanting to get the promotion at their job.
Knock knock, have a sec?
I do?
Nobody likes you.
What?
It's just fucking boring. The job that Cleveland goes to is also fucking boring. You really think that I'm gonna care about cable company from all things? Are you stupid? Rallo and Junior subplot is not as bad, but they will do so many pairings of them in the B-plots from now on, and it's gonna get old. Episode is still boring. Going under Little Man on Campus. I thought the cold open was funny, with family just doing the most insane fucking cool shit when Rallo is asleep.
I'm LOLing so much. I haven't LOL'd this much in a while.
So Rallo is sick of being treated different than everyone because he's little, so he joins the mafia of short people because they didn't know Rallo's age and just assume he's an adult. This is a fun plot cause I like mafia stuff, but the B-plot about Cleveland is a really slack to get through. Still though, the A-plot raises the episode on the ranking a lot. I like it. Going under another bad Thanksgiving.
Terry, we're gonna bring gay marriage to Virginia.
Let's do it!
When it turns out that Donna never actually had a divorce with Robert, Cleveland and her decide to do a double wedding with Terry and Paul. This episode couldn't be made today cause Cleveland is really homophobic in this one, but the episode is easily the funniest so far. It has so many funny moments like Cleveland's reaction to the fact that Terry is gay.
That was supposed to shatter. Imagine that it shattered.
Alright, I'm imagining it.
Donna.
The subplot with Rallo and Junior is basically just gross at humor, but I'm childish so I like it. It had a very good musical number. Great episode overall, I love it, going above Merry Christmas. This episode is about... Actually, I don't remember. For real though, this episode is about Cleveland trying to save a car fitter or something, and when he does that, he joins a bunch of racists in a group, or I don't know, and Cleveland needs to defeat them in a Civil War reenactment or something. This episode is just boring. I hate reenactment episodes and cartoons so much. This wasn't an exception, and I'm sorry if I keep saying that these episodes are boring or something and I don't have much to say, but it's just true. They are. The song Cleveland sang was nice though. Going under like a boss. Cleveland finds out that his father was scammed from his and Cookie's belongings, so he makes fun of him for the entire episode. As he should, I fucking hate his dad so much. But when he finds out that it actually was Cookie who was scammed, he decides to help Lavar get the money back. This plot is kinda stupid, I do not like it. At least it's a funny episode, that's something. I don't like that this episode doesn't even have a conclusion, they never get the money back, alright? But had plenty funny moments that I liked. Even though I fucking hate Cleveland's dad so fucking much, I hope you already know that. There's like one episode that I liked him in. We'll get to it. Anyways, this episode is going under the Roberta one, I forgot the name. Also, the beginning with Cleveland show movie Fate trailer was so fucking hilarious, probably the funniest shit that was in the show so far. It's funnier than anything that Family Guy has done in the past 10 years or so.
Cleveland Brown. Ed Helms.
My name is Glenn Quagmire, and I say giggity, 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 giggity.
No. The world needs me.
This was all worth watching in the episode. I genuinely have nothing to say. Lester makes him and his wife Kendra lose house because of wacky shenanigans. Kendra leaves him, I think, I'm not even sure, and he fakes his own death. Crazy. And then he has a new life, and Cleveland's find out about. I don't know, it's nothing, really forgettable plot. It's a nothing. It's nothing. This episode is nothing. I like the B-plot with Rallo though, it was sweet and it was nice to see Murray again, but all around a nothing episode, going under Little Man on campus.
This is Vinny. Oh, Rollo, forget about it.
Let me tell you something about a friend of ours named Jimmy. I made the wise guy and the capo with the gambini. But when he found out that they'd be whacking Uncle Cheech,
Here is the spacious master suite.
Hi.
Which is perfect for deviant sex acts.
We'll take it!
So after Donna makes fun of Cleveland, saying she's the only woman ever who would want to date him, very nice of her, very likable character, Cleveland finds out that his old classmate from elementary school is obsessed with him and also attractive, and he uses that to show it in Donna's face. The plot is mid, Donna is very unlikable in it, she is easily the worst wife from all Seth MacFarlane shows, it's not even a competition, she is awful. I was on Cleveland's side the whole time, but the ending was more engaging than the rest at least. It was also a pretty funny episode, but that's about it, going somewhere in the middle. This is the most forgettable episode of the show. Even though it's about Roberta, technically she doesn't do anything boring. Next episode. Don't wanna waste my time on this shit. Do you actually expect me to have something to say about every episode of fucking Cleveland show? No! That's it. That's all I have to say. Goodbye. So Robert starts spending time with Junior more, making Rallo jealous of the time Junior spends with Robert, and Cleveland jealous of the time Robert spends with Junior. So he fights Robert in coolness competition to show that he is cooler. This is a funny episode, but why the fuck being an awful deadbeat dad is considered cool in this show? Like, the writers have some kind of trauma or caused trauma and just writing this show to tell themselves they are cool and cope? I don't know. I just think the episode is funny, going above the cookie one.
One shot.
We got a raccoon over here who looks like he's feeling pretty high and mighty this afternoon. Let's go pick on him. Ha! No one likes you, you garbage-eating bastard!
So Cleveland makes a talk show for women. That's pretty much it. Meanwhile, Rallo and his gang, I suppose, sing a rap song about fiscal responsibility written by Murray, and they become a laughingstock because of that. It's alright, it had a funny conclusion and the songs by Murray were also funny, going beneath a short story and a tall tale. So Cleveland makes a comic where he is a superhero and decides to go to the Comic Con with his family to sell the comic. There everyone learns about an old action movie by Robert Rodriguez starring Donna, who is ashamed of it.
an aquatic superhero who lacks the ability to swim. Apparently, he also has a superhuman tolerance for irony, which unfortunately, I do not. Worst cameo ever.
I love this episode. Robert Rodriguez is a funny individual to me, cause this motherfucker made a movie based on his daughter doing for like literally no reason at all. This movie was fucking shit. It flopped. It's shit. It's shit. It was shit. But I love it. But I love this movie, and I like that this episode was about him. The comic that Cleveland made was really fucking stupid, which I found funny, about a hero named Waterman, which powers is having rain boots. This episode also had a fun junior cycle, so wow, 2 good plots. I'm a fan of conventions, so I enjoyed this episode and how it perfectly replicated the vibe of a con. Best episode of the season and a great season finale. I really wanna say this was a better season, because it was, but all around, it was still a mixed bag, even if the highs were higher and lows weren't as low. If the entire show is gonna be like this, then I'm seeing the most average fine cartoon I have ever seen. But let's get to the season 3 and see if it breaks the curse or still is a mixed bag. Hold on guys, my throat hurts from talking about fucking Cleveland shows for so long.
Alright, so in this episode, Cleveland finds out that Peter Griffin is no longer his friend, so he decides to go on an epic adventure with his Cleveland show friends so they can strengthen the bond between each other, but it doesn't work and they get kidnapped. This episode sucked. It was only made to be a ratings trap because your Peter Griffin from Family Guy is there, so more Family Guy viewers who haven't seen the show will watch. But it's just a boring episode. Most of the time it's spent on mindless wandering in the woods. Like a night in the woods. The cycle was whatever, and the ending was just fucking stupid and kind of funny because of that, but a bad episode overall. Not a strong premiere for the season.
Hey Lois, it's just like that time I went to collab in the Delby video. Nah.
Oh look guys, my throat is all better now. Oh my god, we are at this episode already. This was the first episode I watched because it was a part of the event that aired on Fox, where a hurricane struck in all 3 Seth MacFarlane shows, Family Guy, American Dad and The Cleveland Show. I like the American Dad one, but Family Guy's infamous Seahorse Seashell Party episode that was a part of this trilogy is one of my most hated episodes of any show ever. So I highly doubt Cleveland's show episode is gonna be worse. Cause I really think that Cleveland's show was usually better than Family Guy around this time. Not a high bar or anything, but still. Okay, so let's talk about this episode. It was fine. It was a fine episode.
This hurricane is pretty serious. It's a category 4 or something. So if you didn't evacuate when we told you to, then stay inside until the passes. Or you'll probably die.
So as you can guess, Cleveland and his family are visited by a hurricane, so they have to stay in the house to be safe. And first they do this really sweet roleplay of them being on a cruise they were supposed to go on, but then Junior says that he does not believe in God, and now episode is about that. Jokes they make about this shit are funny, but I do not understand where they went with this plot. The family wanna force their religion on Junior using this really good song to do so, but it keeps failing, and after seeing their food is gone, they blame Junior for eating it because Junior is fucking fun, even though he was just trying to preserve it. Junior gets pissed and throws out their food, and Cleveland wants to use the power of God to punish Junior, and he ends up making a tree fall on him. And then Donna explains that religions help people cope with life to Junior, and like, wait, what? Junior wasn't disrespectful to the religions, he was just not religious, you were the ones trying to force your beliefs on him. What? But overall, it was a fine episode. It was good until the last part where I did not understand what they were trying to achieve. It's going above the previous one, obviously. Oh, another Halloween special. These are pretty good, as I said before. So Rallo gets scared at his first sleepover and calls Cleveland to pick him up, who has a very similar situation later in the episode, and they both start calling each other pussies over it. So Donna tells them to go sleep in a haunted house or something, so they can show each other they both are pussies and make them stop fighting. The very interesting thing about this episode is that they turned one of the secondary characters, Donnie, into a fucking psychopath in this episode and have him try to murder Cleveland's family, and they have him killed at the end. This was actually really bold to pull off, because most of the shows would just have a cop-out plot or something where characters thought someone is a murderer, but then it turns out this someone actually wasn't a murderer. Wait, like no shit, Flanders didn't kill someone. So I thought it was actually really awesome for them to do something like this, and they'll do it again in season 4. It reminds me of Family Guys, and then there were fewer, but Cleveland show is nowhere near as good as this masterpiece, and it's not on that big of a scale. I like the part of the episode where they just bait you into thinking Donnie is going to the haunted house to kill Cleveland and Rallo, but in actuality he was going to Cleveland house and tries to murder Donna and Junior. Anyways, this episode was also laughable. It had a lot of funny jokes. The whole side plot with Roberta was funny as fuck, and I like the part where they all sing I Got a Feeling for some fucking reason. It was funny how much autotune Rallo had. Great Halloween special, much better than the last season.
The movies say this is how to get a boyfriend!
This episode is the first one written by creators of Drawn Together. Does anybody remember this show? I hope not. So it's skip day and everyone is skipping school except Junior, and Cleveland wants to teach Junior to be more rebellious because of that.
I'm sorry. We did all we could. He's dead.
Junior, please don't leave me!
Okay!
And while doing so, he makes Junior attack him and learns that Junior can kick his ass! And now, Cleveland is depressed that he is so weak. The main plot is pretty forgettable, even if it escalates into a funny direction with Junior beating himself up and telling everyone that his dad did it so he won't be called weak. But all the stuff before this were kinda boring. I much prefer Rallo's side plot where he hit Lester's wife with his kiddie bike and Lester wants to fucking murder him because of that, but all around, this is an okay episode, going under the last one. In this episode, Donna starts going to a women's support group, and Cleveland, wearing what Donna says about him here, impersonates a Muslim woman in order to infiltrate the group. This plot was funny for the first half. The part with Cleveland impersonating a Muslim woman and himself and adding more and more characters was pretty funny, but when it's the part where Cleveland gets sent to Yemen, I start to lose interest. Rallo's side plot was just silly, with him using Junior as a mech to protect the playground from bullies, but it didn't really do anything for me. It was a meh episode all around, going under the hurricane one. I just do not care.
You're a mother, you're a maid, you're a cook, you're a lover. You are my queen, and sometimes I forget that I'm here to serve you.
Oh, Cleveland, that's sweet. Well, you're just in time to help me with dinner.
Nah.
Rallo, we got you a beet salad.
Well, you can't beat beets.
Beets! They'll make you pee red.
It's not blood.
This was such a Family Guy-ass joke. So Murray starts dating an old lady named Hazel, and it's obvious that she is a gold digger, and Rallo tries to tell Murray that before they get married. Meanwhile, Cleveland wears form-fitting girdle. That's it. The main plot with Rallo was really fun, and the revenge they get on Hazel was cool, but the Cleveland side plot was just boring. I started to notice a pattern here, that Cleveland plots are usually more boring and forgettable than Rallo or Junior plots, cause there isn't much you can do with these guys, to be honest. He's just a guy. But I still like this episode, going above, I don't know, somewhere close to the skip day. Season 3 isn't that bad so far. This is a Christmas special, but instead of being a new original Christmas story, it's a parody of the movie Die Hard. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? It takes place on Christmas, so I think so. When it comes to the story, it's literally just Die Hard. Cleveland needs to stop a bunch of terrorists and whatnot. I never actually seen the original Die Hard before watching this, so I was pleasantly surprised that I actually loved this episode. The writers didn't need to worry about the story here and could just focus on the jokes, making this episode really funny. It's like the Star Wars Family Guy episodes, but shorter. Also, if you wanna know why this works and Family Guy anthologies don't, it's because in the anthologies the entire joke is that it's something you know, and it's always rushing the story so fucking much that if you didn't know what they were referencing, you don't know what's happening. And Die Semi-Hard doesn't rush the story because the entire episode is Die Hard and there weren't any lazy meta jokes in it either. It's just a really fun parody of Die Hard. Even if you didn't saw it, you'll like it cause I sure did. Going at the top of the list. Can't believe Cleveland show outclassed Rick and Morty at something.
Yay! Will you tell us the sequel next Christmas?
Let's see what the internet says about this one first.
They did not say anything.
I'm married! So now Cecilia can stay in the country!
With my husband! Mwah!
I don't know why, but this is the hardest I laughed in this show so far. So Junior gets a girlfriend and everyone is saying that she is hotter than Donna. The girlfriend is 15 years old, you. So Cleveland calls immigration with a warrant for this girlfriend because she is Mexican, because he doesn't trust her or whatever, and she marries Junior in order to stay. This episode fucking blows. Everyone is really creepy about a 15-year-old the entire time. I wanna say it's forgettable cause I don't remember much, but I think my mind just erased it from memory cause it fucking sucked. I like how Cecilia was sweet toward Junior, realizing that he is essentially a child, but that's about it. It's shit. Going above epic Peter Griffin one.
Junior, what do you say tonight I just put on my sweatpants and make us a tray of brownies?
Yeah.
This episode's synopsis is really fucking funny to me because it says Johnny and Cecilia return, even though they were like in the last episode for the first time. So Cleveland and the mother of the Junior's girlfriend from the last episode, Johnny, are racist towards each other, with Cleveland having a lot of Mexican culture stereotypes and Johnny having a lot of stereotypes about black people. This episode wasn't as bad as the episode it was following up, but still it wasn't good. The moral of the story is basically that there are more than two races and black people can be racist towards them, and like, wow, you don't say, I had no idea! Junior's side plot was weird, with him flip-flopping on his spots on his girlfriend or something. I don't know, this was just an episode of all time, going above the last one.
Freight train and Cookie Brown.
I told you it was too soon. I want a divorce.
Oh, okay, another weird Junior episode. Wow, 3 in a row. Donna wants to win some kind of dancing competition and asks Cleveland to be her partner, but Cleveland sucks at dancing, so she recruits Junior and Cleveland went to the competition with some Russian lady instead. And while Donna and Junior were practicing, he confessed his love for her. Okay. And there was a side plot with Roberta babysitting Rallo and becoming more and more like Donna or something, I don't know. This was okay episode, just weird one. Better than the last two, I guess. Going above the Yemen one. I don't know. Is the video ever ending? Finally, a great episode again.
Man, I hope Tammy's here.
Hey, can I see that wine real quick? Hey! Hope you like red.
Oh, thank you. You are so thoughtful, Judas. Hi, Jesus.
Strike two, Judas!
Rala and Cleveland start putting on magic acts pretending to be ventriloquists, and Junior becomes their manager. I love this episode and the relationship between Rallo and Cleveland, with Cleveland taking these magic acts as an opportunity to spend more time with Rallo and bond. The entire speech that Cleveland gives at the end on how he is a dad to Rallo even though they ain't related in blood, it's really sweet. This episode is one of the examples I use when I say that Cleveland family is way better than Peter Griffin one. This episode is also pretty funny, so I liked it. What can I say? It's a really sweet and funny episode, going at the top of the list so far. So Cleveland became deaf for a week and then he discovers 3 sentences that a woman wants to hear, and now he stopped listening to Donna completely and just started to say these 3 sentences to her. And there is a fucking school election side plot. Wow, how original! Oh my god, do school elections even exist? I had never had one in my entire fucking life. Is it something that sitcoms came up with in order to have plot to make? I don't know, maybe. It's a classic forgettable Cleveland main plot and funny Junior's Rallo side plot episode. Not much here to say about it. Going above the hurricane.
Did anybody else see that little kid disappear? Hello?
I sold my penis for meth.
I got drunk and had sex with my boss's car.
I huff propane.
Cleveland gets addicted to energy supplements that he started to take in order to have more energy at work, so he can make money for all-you-can-eat shrimp cruise, and after he gets sent to rehab by Donna, he tries to escape it in order to get to the cruise. This was a pretty fun episode, but it just felt like 2 completely disconnected episodes, cause in the second half it's about pirates robbing the cruise ship and Cleveland having to stop them. It felt like they didn't know what they could do at the end in order to not make the ending boring. But I liked this episode all around. I thought it was alright, going under the Halloween one.
Yeah, I'm Tiger Woods! I'm Tiger Woods! Must have put on a few pounds since my Quahog days.
Remember this episode where Robert started spending more time with Junior and Cleveland was jealous? Yeah, so this is basically the same, but instead of Robert it's LeVar. Yeah, it's not really that interesting, especially when it becomes about fucking golf for some reason. That's like the most boring sport you could think of. But Moralo's side plot, as always, is more entertaining, with him fucking buying a car and having wacky shenanigans with it. It made the episode more solid, going under the deaf one.
Bounce me on your knee! Oh, yeah! That's
What the
it.
fuck? The man in me? Is Cleveland Brown a homosexual? After publicly dancing to Justin Bieber, Cleveland gets an award for being the whitest black guy in America. That's kinda funny actually. And now Cleveland is confused on who he truly are. I get the confusion. He is a black guy voiced and written by a bunch of crackers. This was a nice episode with Cleveland finding out he had a white babysitter that made him act like a white person, and has Cleveland accepting who he is while singing a cover of the intro. It's nice. This is a solid episode, going above the shrimp one. Also, I also listen to white woman music. I'm ashamed of that. I'm sorry to everyone. I get it if you wanna kill me now. I like the beginning with Cleveland singing Mad World for literally no reason. That sounded really good actually. Cleveland starts spending more time with his female coworker Tori, making Donna jealous. This episode fucking sucks. It's basically saying that man and woman can be friends, like fuck off. Tori also disappears like halfway through the episode, and then it's about Donna finding a male friend who tries to pursue her. Okay, so Donna is a hypocritical bitch. Okay, I love her. She's such a good character. The best part was the beginning, as I said, and that shitty song that Junior and Rallo did, but this doesn't save the episode, cause even though they had a side plot, I think they had like a run of 3 10 seconds long scenes in this song in the middle and did nothing afterwards. Shitty episode, going at the bottom of the list. Rallo keeps pranking everyone, which is annoying to everyone, so his family decides to make him think that he is going to prison for pranking so much, so he will stop that out of fear. This is a pretty predictable episode. You know that Rallo will get into a bad situation because of this, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. It got good when it became about him lost in the woods. This was fine, going under Sex and Biddy. I am sorry if I just don't have much to say about these episodes, but it's literally the most fine show I have ever seen. There is not much to say about it. After realizing that they need to persuade Roberta to go to college, Cleveland takes her for a tour on his old college to make her realize that colleges are cool. Is this episode a government propaganda? This episode was fine for the most part, but it got really good when Roberta stand up for her dad and beaten up a bunch of bullies. Like, this was surprisingly really sweet. The junior side plot is somehow the one weaker this time. Crazy, I know. With him having problems with falling asleep after his plush got destroyed. This wasn't a bad side plot or anything, but I just preferred the main plot this time with Cleveland. Roberta literally gets like one episode per season now, which is a shame cause I do like her a lot and her episodes are usually bangers, but I'm glad that we got any episode at all cause this one was pretty good. Going above the Halloween one.
The answer is 4.
That is incorrect.
Don't care. College!
Just look at our culture. Lady Gaga? Where's Lady God? Justin Bieber? How about Jesus Believer? Facebook? No thank you. I'll take the good book.
Is he
Junior pretends to be Christian in order to impress a Christian girl, and he has a rivalry with a Jewish dude who is doing the same thing. But when it turns out that the girl is a freak, Junior and the other dude think it's too much and try to do everything to avoid having sex with her. This is actually a really fun episode. The part with Junior being on camp and trying to avoid sex is really intense, and also this episode has 2 really good musical numbers. I can't remember shit from the Cleveland side plot, but it takes very little time, so this episode is still really good thanks to the main plot, going above the last one. Junior needs to make a report for school about his favorite American and decides to make it about Cleveland, but while doing so, Junior realizes that Cleveland is kinda a failure and writes a negative report, and Cleveland tries to do something important and good in order to get a positive report, but instead of that he gets drunk and gets stuck to a toilet, becoming a laughingstock of the town. Actually, scratch that, this was not about stucking in the toilet, it was about having an accident while shitting and getting harmed in the accident. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I like the direction they take this in, with it turning out that actually everyone and their mother has drunkenly got stuck to a toilet and passed out, and Cleveland tries to make toilets safer because of that. Rallo's side plot is again not really interesting. I think this is the point where the subplots are really running out of steam, which is funny cause this is the fucking 3rd season of the show. But still, this is a fine episode, just like 90% of this season. This is such a fine average show, it's genuinely unbelievable. So Donna is sad on Mother's Day cause her mother abandoned her as a kid, and Cleveland, in order to make her less sad, decides to pay an actress to play her mom, and when she fucking dies and Donna finds out that Cleveland was lying, he got kicked out of the house. It's weird, this is the most pissed Donna ever been at Cleveland, which is surprising cause Cleveland done way worse shit than that, and like at least he was trying to make her feel better, I don't know. After that, Cleveland finds Donna's actual mother and have her talk with Donna without telling Donna who she is. This scene with them talking is surprisingly played completely straight without any jokes, like they were actually trying with it and made it actually pretty amazing. It was kinda sad and sweet at the same time. It genuinely was such a great, heartfelt scene and best thing in the show so far. Too bad rest of the episode is just fine again. Presence of Auntie Mama was the thing that really brought it down, cause I fucking hate her so much. I'm so glad this is the last time we see of her. But still, all around, a pretty good episode, going above the cruise one.
I love this gay family!
Based. After Roberta changed his junior appearance, he started spending time with social outcast Daisy. And after a while, she turns out to be in love with Junior, but she's a lesbian, and think Junior is too. I do not give a fuck, I fucking adore this episode. The relationship between Junior and Daisy is actually really great, and Daisy is such a cool character too. I don't know how to explain it, but she looks like someone who would read Scott Pilgrim. It's also fun to see Roberta and Junior interact, because they never did so before. The thing Roberta does at the end is also really sweet, with her dancing with Daisy on the prom night, so she won't feel alone, not giving a fuck if someone thinks she's gay.
You can't leave your own prom without having at least one dance.
Are you gay?
Who cares?
Everyone is just so nice in this one, I love it. The scene with Junior pretending to come out to his family as a lesbian was also really dark funny. This episode also had a great side plot with Cleveland beefing with a minor over who knows more about fast food. It was really funny, probably the finest side plot so far. Such an amazing episode, best so far, and another great season finale going at the top of the list. Like, no shit. Okay, this season was not a mixed bag this time, but just really fine. 90% of the episodes of this season were just fine. The rest was either shit or really great. I really do not get the hate for this show, cause really, beefing with Cleveland show with this? Aren't there like way worse shows out there that could use some shitting on? This is just fine, like a average show I wouldn't mind watching while eating. Meh, but anyways, there's only one season left, so let's get this shit over with. Another Halloween special, and I think this is the best so far. Federline tries to get on Cleveland's good sides and becomes a meat rider! Did the Cleveland show predict Twitter blue user? And in order to show that he is cool, Federline starts a social war after stealing their neighbor's town, Goochland, very important statue. There's so much shit happening in this episode, and it's all so fast, you never feel bored while watching this, I love it. I love the running gag with Rallo hurting himself at house while no one is at home, so no one helped him and he fucking died at the end, I guess, okay. The climax of the episode was pretty funny, with everyone using shittiness of Stoolbend for their advantage in order to beat the Goochland guys. Federline and Cleveland also had a nice arc here, reminds me of arc that Stan and Jeff had in American's Dad, For Whom the Sleigh Bell Dolls Christmas special. But again, way weaker. This shows how much of a good character Jeff is if Federline is still a good character, even though he is like a weaker version of him in every way. Still though, this was a great Halloween episode and one of the funnest episodes of the show so far. Great start to the season.
Uh-oh. Run! I'm just gonna put in my earbuds. I like to run to music. Gonna be your man in motion. All I need is a pair of wheels. Take me where my future's lying. St. Elmo's fire!
So we're back to Kanye West after 2 seasons, and this time it turns out that he is a part of secret society of rappers that control the world. Seriously, what the fuck? How did they got so many celebrities for fucking Cleveland show, like Bruno Mars, Questlove? They all share a great rap number as well. I might prefer this one over the last Kanye episode. His douchiness is way more watered down in here, so it doesn't make that insufferable or anything, and the songs in it are also better. I like how Junior's side plot interfered with the main plot, and the ending to the polka rap was pretty funny on how much it dragged on and on and on for no reason. This is a pretty good episode, but not as good as the last one. Hope season 4 continues to be like this.
I can make anything cool. I'm Kenny West.
Swear to God you're not a terrorist?
I swear to Allah!
No, Cleveland, you can't say that! Another Thanksgiving special. So Cleveland and friends talked the local bartender Gus into opening a bar at airport after noticing a lack of them. I didn't even mention Gus up to this point, but he is basically the show version of Balok or Adam West, a crazy character voiced by a celebrity and made to look like him. He is voiced by David Lynch. After seeing that everyone got the idea to do an airport bar before main guys did it and ended up a failure because of that, Gus threatens to ban them from their main bar if they don't get his money back. I much prefer the side plots with Rallo and Holt, with Holt pretending that Rallo is his younger brother and paying him to pretend as well, so women will think he's a responsible guy and sleep with him. The song they sang about it, called Paying Young Boy for Sex, is pretty good, don't clip that.
Say, that's catchy.
I liked how much they bond by that, and Rallo even calls Holt's father Bojack Horseman to spend time with him on Thanksgiving, not realizing how much Holt's dad is ashamed of him. And I like how Holt, even after saving Cleveland's life, still doesn't get approval of his dad and realize that he doesn't need it. I always preferred when stories had more and more like this, than someone proving themselves to their dad even if they are a piece of shit. This was just a pretty darn cool episode, my favorite Thanksgiving special so far, going above the last one.
Does he, know how to land that thing?
Sure, he used to be a pilot.
I think that was Quagmire.
Oh. Well, at least he's gonna die doing what he loves. Burning in a fireball.
Another Thanksgiving special. Wait, what? 2 Thanksgiving specials? In a row? Really? Is Thanksgiving really that interesting of a concept that you need to base 2 episodes about it? This is the most boring holiday you could possibly base an episode on. What the fuck? This episode sucks, there's nothing happening in it. It has no substance. I only like Stewie Griffin balloon, that's all I remember. I don't fucking know. Shitty episode. You look at these models. Donna wants a baby and Cleveland finds out that he had a vasectomy while being drunk, and before he tells Donna about it, it turns out that she is pregnant. This episode sucks so badly. Cleveland and Donna are just such assholes to each other. It's miserable to watch. Not funny in the slightest. And the side plot with the kids is really pointless cause nothing happens in it. Going at the bottom. Man. So Kendra wants to become a mall Santa, but she can't cause she is a woman, so Roberta tries to help her. Meanwhile, Cleveland is pretending to be homeless in order to get free sandwiches. It's okay, the ending was really nice with Cleveland telling everyone they should care about homeless people more than once a year, and I liked how it interfered with the main plot, and I also enjoyed the Cleveland's apology tour, but that's about it.
It's not as if you're a bunch of low-life pervs lurking in chat rooms to pick up underage boys.
No way, you gotta be kidding.
And while I cannot support your man-boy love, I appreciate that you'd allow me to continue my apology tour.
Even if it had some funny moments, it's still going in the middle. Also, I watched this show out of order, so actually this was the last episode of the show I watched, so goodbye Cleveland show. Still have to finish this vid. Fucking killing myself. Remember this episode where Junior spent time with Robert and Cleveland got jealous, and the episode where Junior spent time with LaVar and Cleveland got jealous? Well, it's the same thing, but this time it's LaVar spending time with Robert now. Okay. And LaVar fucking adopted Robert for some reason, even though they both adults. This is so dumb. Cleveland and Robert started acting like brothers, which is really funny and kinda sweet. And there was a side plot with Rallo and Junior finding dogs for money, and it ended with Rallo bonding with one dog, and it even ended with them keeping the dog. Alright, that's pretty cool.
Don't I know you?
I know, I get that a lot. But I'm not him.
The Cleveland plot is really good, it's the perfect amount of stupidity, like the conflict gets resolved by LaVar spanking Robert in the ass, which it's so dumb. I love this episode, going above the last one. Oh, fuck off! We were so close to the finish line, but no! You had to blow it all up! You and your anthologies! I get that anthologies are cheaper and all, but really? This close to the end of the show? And it's not even saving money cause it made the season longer by an episode than the previous two. Like, what? Why did you... I don't know, I hate anthologies. Cleveland shows us different versions of Cleveland show from different countries. The first one was okay, the second one was meh, but the last one was just so fucking boring and dragged on. The only part I liked was the German one, and that's about it. Shit episode. Thank God it was only one anthology in the show. American Dad, you're the GOAT for not having any. Thank you. Thank you for saving our country. So Cleveland botches his wedding vow renewal, and after that ends up horribly. Donna starts taking him to the marriage counseling, where Cleveland bribes doctor to say things that will make Donna do what Cleveland says. It's just nothing. I'm running out of things to say. It's just going through the motions at this point. The side plot with Rallo and Cleveland was also hella boring, with Rallo opening a minibar in Junior's room or something, I don't fucking know. Season 4, what the fuck happened to you? Navarro is an awful husband, so Cookie leaves him to hit the road with George Clinton, I guess. And first he acts like nothing happened, but then misses Cookie and wants to get her back. It's weird how quickly he realizes that, and by quickly I mean it's never shown. He just wants to get her back in the next scene. Okay. Junior's side plot was really charming and the highlight of the episode, but that's about it. Fine episode, but I do not know how they want me to side with Lavar, cause he was an asshole to Cookie entire episode, not to mention other episodes. I fucking hate him.
Cleveland, you are white trash.
Their stupid laugh was kinda funny. Cleveland gets 6 months of paid break and doesn't tell Donna about it. The main plot is so generic and bland, it's one of the most boring plots you can think of, but the ending made it more interesting at least. And I did like side plots with Rallo trying to make Federline win back Roberta, but that's all I have to say. Genuinely, season 4 is just so bland and boring so far. I have no idea how that happened so quickly. Especially when season 3 was an improvement from the previous seasons. I do not have much to say about these episodes at all, cause they're so bland. Man, what the hell? After Rallo wins at bowling thanks to the race that prevent getting gather ball and brags about it all the time, Donna tells him that he actually won only thanks to cheating and that kids suck at everything they do. This is one of few times I don't mind Donna being awful, cause it's actually kinda funny in this episode. The side plot with Cleveland and friends was pretty good as well, with them realizing that it's been 4 years since they met and that they gonna stop being friends cause it's too long for a male friendship. So they go on their last adventure to an abandoned amusement park. Wait, so it's been 4 years since the pilot but they didn't make a bit? That's weird. I like how the plots collided at the end and Rallo tried to save Cleveland and friends from an attraction they got stuck in but didn't, cause he's a child. This was a really funny episode all around, I liked it, going about hustle and bros.
Funky Junction Fred, and I love to dance. I got a big old head full of mildew and ants.
Oh, stop, Cleveland, stop. Oh, seriously, you're making me horny.
What the fuck? That wasn't Seth MacFarlane! Man, this doctor character is so fucking weird. He has 3 voices and every one of them is completely different. First he was Seth MacFarlane, then it was Tom Kenny, and now it's fucking Bryan Cranston for some reason. So Cleveland has a rat in his house and Donna wants to kill it and Cleveland falls in love with it. Fucking okay. This episode is fucking abysmal. Donna is at her absolute worst here. I did not enjoy her at all in the slightest in this episode. Cleveland and her are so fucking miserable in this one. I can't stand it. It's not funny at all. Junior's side plot was so fucking lame, with it turning out that Junior actually killed the Junior from Family Guy early seasons and took his place cause he's an agent or something and needs to kill Tim Even a Bear. It was so lame, so tryhard to be cool. They didn't even do anything with this reveal. Such a shitty episode. I really do hope that this season picks up in the second half, cause it's fucking awful. Donna is running for the school board and pays an actor to play Cleveland during the election race, so Cleveland wouldn't embarrass her. It was fine for the most part, pretty inoffensive, but when it became a hangover parody, it got really fun. Donna and Cleveland got a happy ending that was sweet as well. I enjoyed this episode, even if the side plot with Junior was pretty boring and weird. Going above the Kanye West one. What the fuck? What was I saying anyway?
So we drove to Richmond blackout drunk?
No, we Bugs Bunnied our way in.
Holy fuck, no! This is the last episode written by Drown Together creators. Man, these people are depressing, they lost everything, for real. Cleveland realizes that before he settled down in Stoolbend, he always wanted to achieve his life goal of becoming a football coach in LA. So he and his family, much to their dismay, moved to Hollywood, but Cleveland ends up being the only person there not happy. This was a really fun episode. I'm always a fan of episodes where everyone has something to do. It doesn't feel boring then. Gina was a fun one of character too, and wait. Gina? LA? Is that fucking Bojack Rat? The ending was really funny too, with Cleveland hiring actors to play everyone from Stoolbend for a video instead of going to Stoolbend, which would be the most normal option. Really good episodes, going under the Goochland one. Goochland one, Goochland. What the fuck is this name? Goochland.
Today, I consider Los Angeles to be the worst place on the face of the earth.
Junior, let your grandpa blow into your mouth.
Oh, he's that kind of grandpa.
Cleveland gets accused of murder he didn't commit, and LaVar needs to find the real murderer because he knows that Cleveland couldn't commit murder. This is only one time I actually liked LaVar. He was pretty funny in this episode. Like the fact that he writes mystery novels and pretends to be a woman now for literally no reason at all. That was funny. And also, this is another time one of the characters became murderers and disappeared from the show after that, this time it being Cleveland's boss, which is pretty cool. This was a really fun and cool episode, going at the top of the list so far. After Dr. Fizz vents during Cleveland's visit at him because he's a doctor and Cliff feels sorry for him, he decides to make him part of his friends group. I really enjoyed all the parts of them spending time together, it was sweet, but the ending was kinda lame with fucking mafia or something trying to make it more interesting, but it was okay, I guess. But at least now, Bryan Cranston Doctor is part of the cast for like 5 episodes, but still! There was also a Junior side plot with this lady from the Junior Girlfriend episode or something, but it wasn't really that interesting. It was an alright episode, going under Hangover one. This season seems to be way better in the second half.
Oh, and I've always wanted to fight 100 Chinese guys in an old dusty town square.
After realizing that scouts are garbage people, Junior stops believing in all good in the world and becomes depressed or something. The main plot was pretty boring, but I love the B-plot a lot, with Donna and Cleveland going on a romantic vacations or whatever to a hotel and complain so much that they keep getting better and newer rooms. But when the staff learned that complaining was because of their own doings, they had to become cleaning staff in the hotel. I don't know, it was just fun to see Cleveland and Donna do something together, thought it was sweet. It was also an alright episode going under the last one. Cleveland realizes that he will die one day, and there's that hold both places on the graveyard for him and his friends, and they start hanging out there. And then they start get paid to come at funerals or something. This was such a stupid plot, I don't know, I find it funny. The ending was also pretty sweet and all, and Rallo had a good side plot too. Like this episode all around, going under bowling one.
Turns out, by amputating the right leg, I was amputating the wrong leg.
Rallo got lice, so he gets his hair shaved, revealing his unusual head shape, making him a social outcast. So he starts spending more time with Junior and learns how to use his imagination to get his mind off things. The scenes with them bonding and playing using their imaginations were really sweet, I like this plot. But the Cleveland side was really uninteresting and forgettable, but it was nice to see Cleveland stand up to his dad at least. Also, I liked how Holt's father appears, but they couldn't get Will Arnett back to voice him, so he just doesn't fucking say anything wonderful. It was an alright episode, going about the hotel one.
Your favorite lint?
This is a really weird episode. Cleveland pretends to be his mom's husband so they can spend time at some golf club or something. It's really forgettable and boring. I don't have much to say. Holy fuck, only 2 episodes left. So excited! LeVar goes fucking crazy or something and now wants to spend time with Cleveland, and Cleveland wants to spend time with him instead of taking care of him like he should. This plot is okay, but I admit did not like the ending at all, with it turning out that LeVar likes Cleveland, just never shows it. It's so cliché. Then Junior and Rallo's side plot is really silly and fun. I enjoyed it though. Oh my god, last episode. Oh my fucking god, let's see what they ended on. It's boring. I like that everyone has something to do, but it's boring. There's the side plot to Junior becoming a pole dancer. Yeah, that's about it. Season 4 was a weird one. The first half of it fucking sucked ass, so many and blind episodes there, but it got pretty alright in the second half, making the season overall pretty much fine. Again, well, there you have it. I successfully talked about every episode of the Cleveland show. I think I'm the first person to ever do that. Probably the first to watch it in its entirety too. But before I tell ya what I actually thought of the show, there's one thing for us left to do. Rank every episode from worst to best. Yay! So, starting from the bottom, a brown Thanksgiving, a rodent like this, a vast difference between men. Oh wow, the top 3 worst episodes all have A at the beginning, that's kinda funny. Frap Attack, how Cleveland got his groove back, Turkey Pot Die, the blue and the grey and the brown, the curious case of Junior working at the stool, Wild World of Cleveland show, Shipwrecked, BFFs, Why to Junior Tam, yeah, I don't fucking know Spanish, Bird of a Salesman, Like a Boss, There Goes El Neighborhood, Cleveland Junior Cherry Bomb, To Live and Die in VA, Yemen Party, A Cleveland Brown Christmas, Little Man on Campus, Field of Streams, Fat and Wet, The Brown Night, Here Comes the Bribe, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, Harder, Better, Faster, Browner, Brown Sized, Dancing with the Stools, Ain't Nothing But a Mutton Pasting, but no ain't nothing but mutton pasting. I don't fucking know, this is a stupid title, I hate it. The Hurricane, Wheel of Family, Brown History Month, March Dadness, Pilot, When a Man or a Freight Train Love His Cookie, Flash of Genius, Beer Walk, The Essence of Cleveland, The Way the Cookie Crumbles, The Man in Me, Buried Pleasure, Till Death, The One About Friends, American Prankster, Back to Cool, Gone with the Wind, Sanks and the Biddy, How Do You Solve a Problem Like Roberta, Ladies Night, Tis the Cleveland to Be Sorry, Skip Day, Crazy Train, Is the Great Pancake Junior Brown, Your Show of Shows, A Short Story and a Tall Tale, The Shrimput, Menace to Society, Squirt's Honor, Brotherly Love, Of Lies and Men, Fist and Furious, Hangover Pat Taps, From Bed to Wars, Hustle and Bros, Grave Danger, The Doggone Daddy Daughter Dinner Dance, Pins, Spins and Fins, Mama Drama, Another Bad Thanksgiving, Cleveland's Angels, Murray Christmas, A General Thanksgiving Episode, Our Gang, Nightmare on Grey Street, You're the Best Man, Cleveland Brown, BMOC, Love Roller Coaster, Jesus Walks, California Dreamin', Escape from Goochland, Once Upon a Time in New York, Terry Unmarried, Who Done Did It, Cleveland Live, Die Semi Hard, Brown Magic, Hot Cocoa Bang Bang, And at last, all you can eat. Oh my fucking god. What is wrong with me? The Cleveland Show is a punching bag of a cartoon for quite a while now, being infamous for its giant failure, and it's usually called pretty terrible, but after watching it, I can't say that it's bad. But I can't really say it's good. It's just really pretty much okay. It's a pretty much okay show. It is okay. No need for it to be anything more than that. A show that can play in your TV in the background during dinner or whatever. It was pretty okay. I enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna rewatch it again. I enjoyed Cleveland's family, except Donna. So it really sucks they never did anything after Cleveland's return to Family Guy. There was one episode with Junior, but that's about it. Donna hangs out with Lois sometimes, Rallo had few lines of the dialogue in the Cleveland return episode, and Roberta never did say anything at all. And all they did with her in the entire fucking show is a joke about Quagmire wanting to fuck her. Fuck off! The jabs to Cleveland Show in this episode were also kinda pathetic, because this was Family Guy season 12. 12! No one likes season 12! Anyways, this was a fun format of a video to make. I enjoyed it quite. Been working on this vid since June, so that's why I talked pretty awkwardly at the beginning. And this was my first time ever recording anything. I made 2 vids while working on this video, so my channel wouldn't feel so empty. Thanks for Shvet for voicing the season 3 premiere. He's a cool guy, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you for sticking out to the end of this video, I appreciate it. And if you skip to this part, I still appreciate it that you click on this vid. Man, I'm very tired.
So tune in now for the next ranking video about a show I actually like Adventure Time, or fucking forget about it, it's gonna be one of those, I swear. Good night now, everybody!